Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Generations Comic Edition, Emissary Xaaron and Autobot Flame. We've got two toys exclusive from the Marvel UK run of Transformers comics. These are characters that we haven't gotten in toy form before, and it's really neat that we got them at all, but also they ended up being pretty good. First one here is Emissary Xaaron. It's funny to see him in his alt mode. There was a big plot point in the comics that if he transformed, he might die. But he looks pretty good in his alt mode, especially like from this side, from the side. Like from the front, I feel like he's a little plain. But from the side, you get the black accents, the black wheels, the black accent on the bar. That helps a lot. He's like a little Cybertronian tank. I mean, oddly shaped. This is clearly a refractor remold. We've got kind of our little cockpit up front. We do have a cannon that rotates, which I really appreciate. We've got one single set of wheels. It is just molded. There's no casters on here or anything. And then we've got kind of a front end here, which are clearly toes. So, you know, the alt mode here is an afterthought, but for Emissary Xaaron, like, he's unique in that he gets a pass for that. He's essentially an action master. And he still has like some nice bronze paint. He's got a pretty nice luster of gold plastic. It does look very gold plastic syndrome-y gold plastic, but that is, you know, been fixed for a decade now, so I'm not too worried about that. And he's got some nice silver in certain parts. I think he looks great. And he's a nice little deluxe, which for Xaaron is important because he's a little guy canonically. Next to Autobot Flame, who is a fantastic looking Megatron remold, the War for Cybertron Megatron remold. I think it looks so good in these colors. It looks so alive, so vibrant, really captures the name Flame. We've got a little bit of yellow paint and yellow plastic peeking out here and there, but the bulk of his body is broken up with these bright orange plastic sections. I don't think any of the orange is painted. And then some nicely painted red, deep red sections, which is, you know, orange plastic that's been painted red. The plastic to paint color matching looks really good here. And same thing, we've got some, you know, shadowy accent lines in black, which looks really good. In the comics, he was a more traditional tank. He wasn't a hover tank, but I think this is a pretty good approximation. Unfortunately, the problems with the War for Cybertron Gamer Edition Megatron mold are apparent in this mold, namely that this turret does not rotate at all. So, you know, all he does is that. And of course, from the bottom, you can tell these are robots, but I forgive that on these guys. I think they look pretty good. We have seen these transformations before. In previous videos, I've done the refractors a bunch of times. I've done Megatron. So we're going to fast forward through this transformation. And these are two nice looking Autobots. Well, Emissary Xaaron's nice looking. Flame looks like a sadistic evil scientist, which is very fitting for him. But these are some impressive remolds. Xaaron's like iconic appearance really is that he looks not very distinctive. So they did a good job here. The black stripes again help give him a little bit of contrast. The bronze paint against the gold plastic works really nicely. We've got, you know, again, a little bit of light gray paint in here and there. He's got, you know, that really iconic, nondescript Xaaron head sculpt. I think it looks great in how bad it looks. Like, it's not a great design, but it executes that design very well, if that makes sense. All the same siege articulation we've seen before on these guys. Same articulation as refractor. He, in fact, could be, if you're missing a refractor from your camera, he could be, you know, substitute for one of the side pieces there. If you notice, he is a little loose in the hips. The universal joints could be tightened a little bit. And I think some future floor polish in there could tighten those detents. But other than, you know, his little shield and his gun, I think he looks just fine. And this is the mode that I think you're going to keep him in, not his alt mode, because this is how he spent his time in the comics. In fact, there's just a line in the comics where he's like, I could transform to fight, but I'm afraid if I transform, I'm going to die because that's how old I am. And I like, again, that he's small compared to Flame. Flame's not really described as a big bot in the comics. He's not really supposed to look like Megatron, but I think the sculpting here did a great job in making him not appear like Megatron. I think it helped that the base Gamer Edition, Studio Series Gamer Edition Warfare Cybertron Megatron was kind of skinny. It helps sell the idea of Flame. We've got, you know, his distinct, Megatron's distinct shoulder piece, which Flame doesn't have. But these hose pieces here that are sculpted and painted in, and the ones up top, as well as that fantastically, you know, evil head sculpt looks really, really good. And it helps sell him as not Megatron, but his own character. Again, the color breakup here also helps a lot. You know, you get kind of that like hot rod style flaming chest symbol, a lot of red, orange, and yellow kind of sections broken out in these like layers like sedimentary rock. All the same articulation we saw as Megatron before. He, of course, can hold the cannon. I don't like to do that, even though it does look nice with the black stripe, again, and the black stripes here. But it makes him look too much like Megatron, even if he's holding it. I feel like that's still too much like Megatron, so I've been sticking it kind of on his back, you know, not in his shoulder, but on his back like so. And I think that works nicely for him. I think it's a great little two-pack. If we're comparing things, comparing them to the packaging, you know, they're not really like, I mean, you see Springer, and you kind of see Xaaron here, and I suppose that's Flame's fist. But there's not much to compare here. But, you know, comparing them to the side profile looks nice, as well as on the back, there's a good shot of Flame. And now we don't have like the outline of the symbol. I figure that might have been too expensive to tampo as an outline versus the solid Autobot symbol. But they look great. In fact, we can line them up with Straxus here. And I think this really helps sell the group. Just like, right, strong primary colors, really, really nice two sets, right? Two sets of exclusives. I'm really happy with the comic edition series. I don't know that we're getting any more, but as is, they look great. And if we put in Straxus's box, now obviously I can't do the comparison with Grimlock and Shockwave, but I think that out of the four of them, I think you can't go wrong here, right? Grimlock and Straxus are great leader figures. Between the two, if you don't have a Grimlock, I'd recommend Grimlock. Otherwise, I'd recommend Straxus. Shockwave's a great little Voyager. He's just a solid toy, and he's got some really nice paint. This is a nice two-pack. I am very, very happy with the set. I guess Shockwave might be the weakest out of all of them, because here we got a Voyager and a Deluxe, and Shockwave we got a Voyager and like the little stand for Autobot Optimus Prime's head. But this is a cooler two set. Out of all of them, these two are the ones I'd recommend the most. And they look fantastic. That's it. That is our quick look at Transformers Generations Comic Edition, Emissary Xaaron and Autobot Flame. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye!